Hiya everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I am doing a Slimming World update for you all today. I haven't done one for a couple of weeks, so I'm sorry about that, but I can't remember how many weeks I've been, what number week I'm on. I think it's 49, but I'm not 100%, but I will put it in the title of this video anyway. So I've got all my bits here ready to go through. So last week and the week before, so I gained on the 25th of July, I can't remember if I've gone back this far, but I think I said I lost 4.5 pounds on the 18th of July, but then on the 25th of July, that was my star week. So I had a undeserved gain of 1.5 pounds. Then the week after that, I lost 2 pounds, which was brilliant. So I lost my gain and a bit. Again, if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. I just want to bring you all back up to speed and myself really as well. So yeah, I lost 2 pounds that week. And then the week after, which was last week, I didn't go to class. I was really bad last week. I had a flare up of pain just everywhere. I could hardly move. You know, pain was just everywhere. You know, there's no way I could entertain, even, you know, drive into class, let alone, you know, go in and sit in there. So, you know, my husband said to me, you know, you're not going, you're going to stay in bed. So it's a good job I did, really, because I was really, really bad. I could barely move. So, you know, I just text my consultant to tell her that, you know, I wouldn't be going, and, you know, that was that. I did have a look on my scales, and they did say a pound different. I didn't take it as, you know, official. But what I do is I just sort of like to do that if I'm not going to class for whatever reason. It is mostly because either my anxiety is bad, and my anxiety was bad last week as well, but I found that, you know, after going through therapy, you know, one of my triggers, I've got lots of triggers for my anxiety, but one of them is pain. You know, when it's really, really bad, but my anxiety then is bad as well, because I feel like I'm out of control of my body. So that's the only reason that I won't go to class. And, you know, the other times that I've not been have been because I broke my ankle last year, and we didn't have a car, so I couldn't get there sort of easily, shall I say. So yeah, didn't go last week. I stepped on the scales at home. They're slightly different, not a lot, but they are slightly different. And it said something like a pound less than what I was on my scales the week before. So, oh, excuse me. So I just like to see where I am, and then when I get back to group then the following week, I know where I am, and I know that I haven't sort of gained, and, you know, excuse me, I am sorry. So this week, so it's Wednesday today, and class was yesterday, so I weighed in on Tuesday, as I always do, and I was really, really shocked. I lost 5.5 pounds, which I was absolutely over the moon with. I wasn't expecting it at all. You know, I don't get on the scales sort of through the week. I used to up until about 6 months, I think, into my journey, and then something sort of clicked in my head, and I was like, no, I gotta stop. So I do go on the scales on a Tuesday before I leave to go to my group, because with my anxiety I couldn't go to group without knowing how I'd done, because that would just cause too much panicky feelings for me. So even though my scales are slightly different, I just like to get an idea. You know, I'm hoping that as time goes on, I'm going to be able to not do that as well. But, you know, for me not to just get on the scales at all week is a big achievement for me. So I kind of had an idea, and I was looking at it and I thought, no, my scales are wrong. So when I got on the scales in group, I was shocked, because I thought, oh, you know, my scales are right. You know, my consultant doesn't know that I get on the scales, but, you know, that's something that I need to do at the moment. But, you know, £5.5, I was super, super excited. It just goes to show that, you know, the choices that I've made, even though, you know, last week I was so poorly, the choices that I've made, and, you know, the things that, like, I made a butternut squash lasagna, which was pretty much all speed, apart from I put some quark cooking cheese in, garlic and herb. That was one sin for the whole pot, and muscle food mince, which was free. The rest was all speed. So, you know, I forced myself to do that, even though I was in pain. You know, I'm always in pain, but stuck it in the slow cooker, and I could leave it. I could go back to bed. You know, I put mine normally on high for about 5-6 hours, and then it's done. So everything I do normally turns out perfect. So I just do that, and I know I can go back to bed. Don't have to worry about it. I can go and have a nap if I need to, and when I get up, food is done for me. And then, you know, all I need to do is, you know, depending on what I've made, like with the lasagna, I could just pretty much have that on its own if I wanted to, because there was so much speed in there. You know, or just cook some veg on the hob, or, you know, it doesn't, I could do anything with that. So it just goes to show that I made some good choices along the way, and where I just couldn't face anything, I had that food ready, so I wouldn't turn to takeaways. I wouldn't turn to, you know, things that, no, I'm not going to say things that I shouldn't have, because to me, you know, Slimming World is a lifestyle, and there's nothing that you can't have. You know, if you are prepared to use your sins, or, you know, if you think, right, you know, I'm going to have this and then I'm going to get straight back on plan, you know, you can have it. So it's not things that I shouldn't have, it's things that I would feel guilty about after I'd had. So having food prepared for me is a godsend. So every week I force myself to do something, and I know that sounds pretty harsh, I force myself to do it, but that's what I have to do, because, you know, I could quite easily at this stage, you know, because my pain is getting worse. I don't know why, but it's just getting worse. And I always thought when I lost weight, you know, I've lost nearly 5 stone now, and I always thought that if I lost weight, I would feel better. And, you know, I do feel better in myself, because I can, you know, when I'm putting clothes on, I'm like, oh, you know, lots of my clothes are too big for me now. So I'm trying to find, like, you know, smaller ones, or, you know, clothes that I had years ago, and I do feel better. But I always thought my pain, you know, would feel better, because when I was that much heavier, I thought, oh, you know, it's all this weight on me, you know, that's why my knees are hurting, that's why my back's hurting, my legs, and, you know, but it's actually getting worse, which I don't quite understand. But, you know, that's what it is with me at the minute. Just got to make sure I take my painkillers and, you know, just relax and rest as much as I can. And that's why I say I force myself to do, to make at least one meal, big meal in the slow cooker that I can portion out, and I've got there ready just to, you know, bung in the microwave or whatever. So yeah, that's my week. Yeah, so now I'm on 4 stone 9.5 pounds, so I'm 4.5 pounds away from getting my 5 stone award, which is absolutely amazing. You know, I'm so happy with that. So I'll just show you my updated book don't know if you can see that. So that's my 4.5 stone award. So on the front I've got all my stones and half a stone awards, the stickers. So that's my book. And I also got this, which I was really happy to get. It feels like it's been ages, but you know, it's something that has given me that little bit of a boost, just to keep going and know that, you know, £4.5 and I'll be there. But you know, 5 stone mark is a bit of a touchy subject for me, basically because years ago when I first joined Slimming World, excuse me, just after I got married, in 2007, I was on the red and green plans then. So I did green all the way through, and I did normally like a couple of days of red here and there, and I lost up until I think I got to something like 4 stone 12, 4 stone 13, and I could never ever reach the 5 stone award. I never actually got to that figure, and however much I tried, something always happened. And back then I didn't really know what was happening, but now looking back on it, I can see that I was sabotaging myself, and I don't know why I did that. But you know, I am a bit scared, and you know, that's obviously to do with you know, my mental health and my anxiety. But I've spoken to my friend about it, and she said, look, you know, don't worry about it, I'm here for you, we're gonna do it. So we've actually lost exact same amount of weight now, 4 stone 9.5, which is mental. Yeah, it's like we've got £4.5 each now to go to our 5 stone awards, you know, and it's so good for me having my friend who supports me so much, and I support her as well, and it's just amazing. So yeah, that's that. And I also had another award as well. So this week I had Slimmer of the Week. So that's the first one I had about, oh gosh, I don't know, about 2-3 months ago, maybe more. And this was one from yesterday. So they've changed the stickers a little bit. And yeah, I was a bit shocked again. It's like I don't have awards for like ages, and then when I have an award, then I have another one to go with it. So yeah, I had this as well. My Slimmer of the Week. So I had a nice little bag. There wasn't a lot in there, to be fair, but that's fine. You know, I always forget to put something in, so you know, whatever's in there, I appreciate. You know, there was a pasta and sauce in there and some fruit and that. So yeah, that's my awards. That's the run up of my week. So this week now, I'm not sure what I'm gonna cook yet, but I will do something in the slow cooker. Still got some of the lasagna left, so I'm thinking I might have that for tea, and maybe some active fried chips or something. But even though, you know, I track everything with my planner, every single day I write in there, and I'm using it the way you're supposed to use it now. I normally plan a day at a time. I find that I can't go any further than that ahead. But if I sort of like, I made the lasagna and I knew that it would make at least 4 portions. So I knew for 4 of my meals, you know, through the week, I would have that lasagna, and I needed to just, you know, I could just have it on its own if I didn't feel up to cooking anything with it, or if I don't know, wanted to put some chips with it or something, I knew that I had that there. So, you know, it's just about, I always plan, like I said, I always plan a day ahead. So every day I plan what I'm going to have. So like yesterday, I planned what I'm going to have today, and then so on and so on. So already today I've had a Muscle Foods melt in the middle burger for my lunch, which was really, really good. Definitely worth 2 cents. And I had a mini Deli Foods, or Mission Foods, is it? Deli wrap. a cheese one, which I worked out on the calculator, which is 4.5. And then I had a nice salad with it and some new potatoes. So I've had that for my lunch. And then for tea, like I said, I'm going to plan on having lasagna and some chips perhaps. So yeah, that's really everything. Cleo's doing really well on her treatment. She is suffering with some bladder issues at the minute. They think that she might have a infection, which is just part of we think it's from the second week that she had those tablets, and she had a reaction, and she had cystitis. It doesn't seem to have cleared up. So, you know, apart from that, she's doing really, really well. You know, everything. I found some pictures actually the other day of when we first started this process, and it made me quite emotional because you could see, you know, clearly see the lumps there, you know, and they were so pronounced and so big. And, you know, looking back on that now and to what she is today, it's just such a massive difference. So, you know, I can't thank the vets enough for what they've done, you know, and she's continuing to get better. You know, she's going to have her off days, you know. After one of the treatments the other week, she was a little bit sick, and, you know, she just didn't feel herself, and she was a bit, you know, lethargic. But that's understandable, you know. She's all these chemicals and drugs are going into her body. You know, she's allowed a bit of downtime, and she gets lots of crutches, and she gets spoilt. So, you know, it's just keeping going now. And I do find those days hard, because it's quite, even though we know she's in remission and she's getting better, it's still quite emotional and it's still quite draining. But, you know, we're getting through it, and food wise, I'm absolutely fine with, you know, if we eat something out, you know, I'll have fruit or something like that, and I've started taking my own breakfast with me as well, which I did last week. So, you know, it's just about making, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. But yeah, you know, sort of making good choices then, you know, and it's seeming to be, like I said, my pain is getting worse. It seems to be now every time I go out, you know, whether it's on a Tuesday for group or on a Friday after, you know, we come home from taking her to the vets, because we drive, it's about an hour and a half each way. You know, it takes me a couple of days to recover each time. So, you know, it is getting a little bit of a toll, but, you know, I would do it 1,000 times more if it meant that, you know, she gets better and she's well and she's happy. But yeah, so that's it really. I am gonna do a video on the journey that we've had with Cleo's diagnosis and chemo and everything, but at the minute I'm a little bit emotional about it all, and, you know, because my pain is so bad, I'm a little bit emotional with that as well. So I don't want to be a blubbering mess in a video for you. I want to be able to, you know, tell you all about it, so that I can give you some, you know, information that you might need, or, you know, hopefully you'll never ever need it, because I would never wish this on anybody. You know, it's absolutely awful. But, you know, if you are going through that, you know, I feel for you, you know, I really, really do. But if you are, or if you think that you might have to, then perhaps that video might help you. But like you can see, I'm getting a bit, you know, emotional now. Yeah, I will do it when I'm feeling up to it. So I hope you're all doing really, really well. As of recording this video, I'm now on 350 subscribers, which I'm so happy about. I never ever thought that I would, you know, get to 350. I am so thankful for each and every one of you. You know, since doing these videos, you know, it was hard when I first started in the beginning. but it's, you know, I've got you guys to sort of spur me on and, you know, give me advice, give me support. And, you know, it's nice to also give support and give something back as well. So yeah, I'm super happy about that. You know, it's so nice. So welcome to everybody who is new and everybody who's sort of hung in there and stuck with me. You know, love to all of you. You know, I love every one of you. So yeah, thank you for watching. It's been a bit long again, so I do apologise. But yeah, thank you for watching and being there to support me, and excuse me, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.